What up, everybody? It's your boy Sack the King up in this motherfucker, man. Hey, this is my first year, full year, 365 days in Japan. Your boy made it his first year, man. I'm gonna go ahead and drink to that. Kampai, as they say. Cheers to y'all. We're gonna get into that later. But yeah, man. If you already been rocking with the channel, salute. If you haven't, and this your first time seeing something, man, or you a returning person who hasn't yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you'll be the first to know and you can help my channel grow, man. Now, in this, I had another channel, as I've been telling you on these videos, some haters got it took down, but we going right back up, man. But today, the topic, as you can see, is my first year in Japan. We doing a reflection, man, the good and the bad, and some bonus things that I've noticed here in Japan, man. You're gonna wanna stay tuned to this shit, man. But like I said, hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and you can help the channel grow, man. You feel me? Arigato. That means, hey, if you wanna know what that means, stick around for another video that I'm gonna make on Japanese phrases and words, man, to commemorate my first year, man. So you can see how much your boy done picked up around this bitch, you feel me? Anyways, man, let's start off with the good and the bad. You know what I mean? I'm going to start off with the good. You know what I mean? So the first thing that is good about Japan, it's very safe here. It is very, very, very safe in Japan. Now, before I get into any of that, Japan is a homogenous country, meaning, and that's good thing and a bad thing. As I will get into the good and the bad, it could be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. You know what I mean? Which means homogenous means there's mostly Japanese people here. This is not like America where we're so mixed up with different cultures, different races, different customs, different languages, different everything, different walks of life, different ass people. You feel what I'm saying? Japan is mostly Japanese people. I'd say about 90% Japanese. Nah. I don't know. I might have to take that down to like 80% because there's a lot of Filipinos over in this motherfucker. But anyways, man, Japan for the most part is a homogenous country. Now, I believe 70% of Japan is countryside, meaning there's only so many big cities in Japan. And we'll get to that in some of the good and some of the bad. You know what I mean? You'll understand what I mean by that. The main cities that you have here, the main cities are Tokyo, Yokohama, Kyoto, which used to be the capital back in the day, Osaka, what's another big city? I want to say like Sapporo, way up in the north. Hiroshima is a big city. I guess it might have like 100,000 people. But when I say big cities, I'm talking about Tokyo has millions and tens of millions of people. And I'm going to get into that in here in a second. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to believe the statistics on how many people are in fucking Tokyo. It really blew my mind. You know what I mean? And one more thing before I get off into this a little bit more. Sorry for everybody who be hitting me up online, offline about making videos, man. I'm going to get back into it, man. I got some shit coming up. I'm the hood tour guide as well. So I got some trips coming up, man. If you haven't already, check my motherfucking page for all the other things that I've been doing. Like I said, I had more shit on my other page, but that shit got took down. But it's good because we're going to come right back around, man. But I need you to hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know you can help the channel grow and get me back up to a couple thousand subscribers, man. You feel me? But like I was saying, yeah, Japan has some big cities and stuff like that. And I'm sorry that I haven't been making videos. I'm going to get back into some of these life stories. I just wanted to put that out there, man. You know what I mean? But you can check all my other videos down below, my shorts down below, and I'm going to keep coming with more. You feel me? But like I said, man, the one thing that I like about Japan, the first thing is that it's safe. That's a good thing. We're doing the good and the bad. You know what I mean? Because, hey, if it was a perfect world, then everything would be good. But this ain't a perfect world, so it is some bad. And as I get into these are just my personal experiences and things that I've witnessed and seen other people deal with. So it's no offense to anybody who's watching this. Sorry some of y'all who've been living here, whether you're a foreigner or you're a native of Japan, can probably agree with at least 80 to 90% of what I'm saying. Whether you've had to deal with it or not, or whether you've been this type of person or not, or whether you've seen other people go through the same things or not. Excuse me. So like I said, Japan is a very safe country, man. I'm talking so safe that, nigga, if you lose your phone or your wallet or something on the train or in public and somebody can find a way to get in contact with you, you're going to get your shit back, first off. And if you lose your wallet or your purse, you're going to get your shit back with everything that was in it. Nothing's going to be touched. I've seen it. I've experienced it myself. You feel me? Another thing that you could never do in America is get hella drunk, right? And after the club, what I see people do here is they go straight to sleep on the street, my nigga. Like, I should do a slideshow of all the pictures that I got of people just knock the fuck out on the street, because I got a lot of pictures and video of people just knock the fuck out. Maybe I'll upload a slideshow of some of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's that safe. I've seen people knock the fuck out, they wallet sitting next to them, they purse sitting next to them. I'm talking dead to the world, and people are just going about their business. They're not messing with these people. The people that be messing with people is like foreigners that can't believe that there's just people just out here who ain't homeless, knock the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But yes, if you are from Japan, or you've been to Japan, or you've been in Japan long enough, you're going to see some people get drunk, especially in the Shibuya and Roppongi and Shinjuku areas. And they're going to be knocked the fuck out, drunk as fuck, going to sleep anywhere. Like, you ever been so drunk you want to go to sleep anywhere? Well, they do it here, and nobody messes with them. The police don't bother them. Hey, that's how safe it is. They ain't got to worry about nobody mugging them, nobody sexually assaulting them, nobody doing none of that shit. You know what I mean? That's how safe it is here in Japan. The crime rate is very, very, very low. Like, there ain't nobody. I'm sure, as everywhere in the world, there's guns. You know what I mean? But I haven't seen nobody with no guns. I haven't seen, matter of fact, to be honest with you, I haven't even seen no fights. I haven't even seen anybody fighting. I done seen like little shit happen, as you can see in some of my videos, where, hey, people done got hemmed up by the Japanese police. Go scroll some of my videos. But as far as like fighting after the club and shit like that, like, I haven't seen none of that shit. I haven't, and trust me, there's plenty of alcohol here in Japan. Like, that's the #1 pastime here in Japan, is getting lit as fuck, getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that. But yeah, it's very safe, man. It's a very, very safe country. And that's one of the reasons why I moved to Japan from Hawaii, because Hawaii is a very safe place as well. But you still got shit cracking off in Hawaii, even though it's very, very safer than California, where I'm from, Sacramento to be exact. It's very safer than there. But Japan is like 100 times safer than Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? It's just not as beautiful. You feel me? But we talking about the good right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the #1 thing, is it's very safe. #2, man, the food is very fucking cheap here. As you can see, man, your boy ain't missing no meals, man. I done gained 35 pounds. Let me tell y'all, I done gained 35 pounds in the last 365 days of living here. And why? Because part of the reason is the food is so fucking cheap. And if you went onto some of my STK Eats videos down below, or or you've been to Japan, you know that the food here is very cheap, and especially, it tastes different too, as opposed to the same things in America that you might try. It tastes very more authentic here, I should say. Farming is very, very big here in Japan, so they're not using like pesticides or no shit like that. Like, everything is a lot of organic ass, good ass shit, especially the fruit. The fruit is some of the best fruit I've ever tasted in my life. You know what I'm saying? But yes, the food here is very, very cheap. That's a good thing. Next thing, it's very clean in Japan. Like, you ain't gonna see no people littering, throwing shit down. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, people here, but a caveat to that is there's not trash bins. Now, when I mention some of this good stuff, just trust me, when I get to the bad stuff, some of this shit offsets each other, and you're going to see the comparisons of the two. So one thing I'll say as a bad thing here is you're not going to be able to find very many trash cans. but it's very clean here. Most of the time when you're walking, especially in like places like Tokyo, they got like areas just right there on the sidewalk where people come pick up the trash. So everybody knows to just put the trash right there. Most of the time, people just take whatever trash they got and they put it in their pocket, or they put it in their bag, or whatever they may be carrying at the time. Me, I try not to have too much shit that I'm gonna need to throw away, or otherwise I'm trying to throw it away right where I'm at. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you're not gonna see any trash all on the streets, or dirty ass streets, or nothing like that. Like, these streets here are so clean, motherfucker can really go to sleep on them after they get done drinking, and not even having to worry about no rats or nothing. I've seen some rats though, but they're not gonna have to worry about too much of nothing. You know, you're not gonna fall asleep with nothing and wake up with something. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, Japan is very clean, man. Another good thing, all right? Here goes another good thing. There's always plenty to fucking do here. There is so much shit to do in Japan. When I came to Japan, I had about a whole checklist of shit I wanted to do. I've knocked out about 90% of that shit. You know, at the top of my list was climbing Mount Fuji. I did that shit last year. Yeah, as you can see, you know, Mount Fuji climber, man. Yeah, I did that. You feel me? Yeah, your boy might look out of shape, but trust me, I went on a tour, right, to climb Mount Fuji. And in this tour, I went with a bunch of military people. I'd say it was about 30 people, right? Out of those 30 people, 6 of them, mind you, I'm like one of the only 2 civilians that went, right? 6 of these, all these motherfuckers is in shape. 6 of them quit by the time they got to the aid station. They quit. You feel me? Me, hey, man, it's mind over muscle around this camp, man. I got a strong mind. So, hey, I made it all the way to the top, man. You can check that, some of them pictures on a slideshow that I'm going to post. My 1-year recap of being in Japan, just some of the places that I've been, a lot of the shrines that I've been, a lot of the tourist attractions that I've been to. I've probably been to, like I said, I've been to 90% of the places that I wanted to go. The only place that I have left to go is like Hiroshima, and maybe like Sapporo up in the north, you know what I mean? Where I've seen on TV, the snow is like fucking so fucking high. I want to go skiing or snowboarding up there. Probably I'll get it in this winter, man. But stay tuned, because I got a lot cracking this summer. You feel me? Yeah. But anyways, man, there's always plenty of shit to do. There's shrines. There's the beaches. But the beaches, let me tell you something. The beaches are muggy. You feel me? Now, if you go to some of these other Japanese islands, what are considered Japanese islands, like Okinawa, which was its own country at one time, that's where the shit looks like Hawaii. You feel me? But there's always stuff to do here. And that moves on to the next good thing. The train system here. These Japanese people are very strict and adamant, and not strict, but they're very on time with everything, man. Like it's disrespectful for a train to be 1 minute late, like, or a bus to be late. Like it's damn near unheard of. They got shit called the bullet train. I took the bullet train before from here where I live to Osaka, which is on the other side of the country, another, like, probably the 2nd biggest city in Japan. But yeah, the train is very efficient. You can go anywhere in this country with the train. Most people ride the train in Japan. So yeah, you know, a lot of people drive here, but most people ride the train, especially in the inner cities of Japan. Not, you know, I'd say about only 20% of people have cars, even though there's a lot of traffic. Imagine everybody having a car. But, you know, like I said, there's an offset to everything that I'm saying. But that's the good thing about Japan, is the train system is on point, man. The bus system is on point. You know what I'm saying? A train or a plane or a bus will get you anywhere you want to go. You know what I'm saying? And just to piggyback off of that, Japan is in a location where you can travel to so many other places for cheap. You know what I mean? It's not like you're in the United States and you want to come to Japan, or you want to go to Europe, or you want to go to Bali or Thailand or something. In Japan, you can go to all these places. Well, I don't know about Europe, but you can go to all these Asian countries in under 3 to 4 hours. You know what I mean? Korea, I'm gonna go there next month. Y'all will see. Hit that subscribe button so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow. That's only 3.5 hours away. Guam, another country, 3.5 hours away. Okinawa, which used to be its own country, and I'm going there this weekend. So make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow and see all my videos, you dig? Yeah, that's only 3.5 hours away. Thailand, 7 hours away. China, Taiwan, 4 to 5 hours away on a plane. Like, how many countries is that I just named? Australia, 8 hours away. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother continent. You know what I mean? So, I'm telling you, travel is very doable when leaving out of Japan. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to start partaking more in my travels if I can quit fucking paying for tickets back home to California, which we'll get into here in a whole nother little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I plan on going to a lot of different countries, starting with Okinawa, which is technically a part of Japan. But yeah, this weekend is going down, man, to commemorate and celebrate my first year, man. I will be popping a champagne bottle, but I got shit to do tomorrow, so I ain't trying to get too drunk, man. I got this little hand in my cup, you know what I'm saying? But this weekend, I definitely will be popping some bottles of champagne in Okinawa, so make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow, man. Now, along with that, like I said, there's plenty to do. The nightlife is smacking out here, bruh. Like, it's smacking out here. Now, I used to live in Germany for like 5 years, way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And the nightlife there was smacking. But the nightlife here is just as smacking. Like, you got hella shit to do. You got hella bars to go to. You got hella clubs to go to. You got hella tourist attractions that stay open to go to, depending on the season and the weather. You know what I'm saying? Tokyo is a fucking, you'll get lost in Tokyo. You will get lost in Tokyo. It's so much shit to do. Shinjuku is another area. Shibuya, you'll definitely get lost there. But the train can take you to all them places, so that's a good thing. But the nightlife here is cracking, you know what I'm saying? Like, the clubs stay open till like, shit, 4 or 5 in the morning. Then after that, you go to the after club, and that shit is open till like 11, 12. You know what I mean? You got plenty of bars to go to. Like, you're going to find something to get into on a Friday, Saturday night. They got so many festivals here. You know what I mean? It's always something to do, especially now that the weather's getting warm, man. It's going to be cracking. Stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading all kind of new videos of the adventures. Yeah, because, you know, I'm the hood tour guide, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and like I said, with the nightlife cracking, there's always celebrities coming to these clubs too. Just this last weekend, Thursday, Neo was here. Friday, Lil Tecca was here, if you heard of him. And Saturday, A$AP Rocky and Rihanna were in the club. Now, some of these clubs that I go to R3, excuse me, especially when City's throwing an event. Shout out to City. Go follow him on Instagram. I am City, CITI. He be having events at the R3 cracking. One Oak be smacking. Shout out to my boy Mario over there at Below the Radar. Just how it's spelled on Instagram. Mario, shout out to you. And then there's another club called Zeus. It's like a 2-level club. One club they play like a bunch of like shit that niggas listen to, and then upstairs it's a mixture of like techno and like the top 40 hits or whatever you could say. So those is like the main 3 clubs. Then after that, after I'm done with that, I go to Ibex. You know what I'm saying? That shit be smacking. You know what I mean? Shout out to my people over there. You know what I mean? Yeah, that should be smacking. What other clubs I've been to, man? It's a lot of other clubs too. Leave your favorite club in the comments, man. Or if you've been to any of these clubs, man, share your experience, man. But yeah, celebs are always coming to the clubs. R3 and One Oak especially. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so the nightlife is smacking, bruh. And the next thing is technology, bruh. Technology is advanced as fuck here. And if you don't believe me, look around your house right now. I bet you got a PlayStation. I bet you got a Samsung TV. I bet you got a Samsung phone. I bet you got just, you would, hey, one day I sat here and I really thought about how many Japanese companies are in America, whether it be cars, whether it be electronics, whether it be like food influences. Sushi comes from Japan. So if you like sushi, that comes from Japan. Just a lot of different shit comes from Japan that we use as Americans in our everyday life. Now, if you come over here to Japan, you're going to realize there's not a lot of American products in their homes because they're very self-sufficient. They use a lot of their own shit. The technology here is way more advanced than a lot of other things. Like, for instance, in my house, right, I got a toilet. Well, I flushed the toilet. You can wash your hands on the top of the toilet. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. They got fucking shit on the toilet. My toilet's got this too, but I don't use it, where that shit will wash your whole ass for you. You feel me? Like, you know, they got robot cafes, bro, where everything is robots. Don't nobody even work in there. You know, they might greet you at the door, but after that, the robots is coming and taking your order. The robots is serving you. The robots is putting on a little show, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me circle back into the nightlife for some of you niggas, because I know y'all asking me like, hey, Zach, what's the red light, man? I've seen hella videos on the red light. I don't particularly go there, but I've been there just because I've seen YouTube videos, and it's an area called Kubichico. I call it Kubuchiko, but that's not how you say it. It's Kubikicho, right? They say that's the most dangerous place in Tokyo at night, but I've been there. I'm not sure if I posted a video, but you can scroll down and see if I've posted it. But that's where you can find the pussy for sale. You can find that pussy for sale other places too, but this is where it's regulated at. You know what I'm saying? You can find pussy for sale in Tokyo all day, because the Filipino bitches, I call them mama sons, they gonna walk up to you, massage. Now there's some videos on here where mama sons was chasing me and my boys down, trying to get us to pay for some pussy, and we was like, nah, man. Like, why would a nigga pay for some pussy when the club is cracking? You feel me? So anyways, man, that's just for y'all horny niggas who wanted to know. I'm not a horny ass nigga. I don't really need to, you know, go looking to pay for some pussy when it's all around. I'm gonna get to how many people is in Tokyo in a minute. But anyways, that's for you horny niggas that are asking that question, that want to come to Japan. Because I hear that shit from a lot of people like, hey, man, tell me about the red light. Like, bruh, I don't fucking go there all the time. I don't know. I've been there once. I've seen what it was. It's definitely a meat market. You know, they definitely got menus of shit that you can, you know, get into. You know what I'm saying? Like soap lands and all kind of other shit. You gonna go and check out some other people videos that have actually experienced that shit, because I haven't. I just been to the area. You feel me? Anyways, but yes, the technology is advanced, man. So what I want you to do is look around your house and see how many Japanese products you can think of. Look at how many Toyotas, Hondas, all kind of cars, Suzuki's, Kawasaki's, you know, all them names, Yokohama tires, all that shit, it comes from Japan, man. You know what I'm saying? You'll be surprised unless you do your research. Now, another thing that's good about Japan is there's vending machines everywhere, especially drink machines everywhere. This goes into the technology. Some of these vending machines, bro, you can buy anything. You can buy food, you can buy umbrellas, you can buy drinks, you can buy shit. You might be able to buy some pussy in the red light district. I don't know. You know what I mean? But there's restaurants that you can go and you just press what you want in the vending machine, and then you walk in and they'll take your ticket and then they'll bring you the food. You know what I'm saying? So they're kind of advanced with the technology when it comes to the vending machines. In America, they can't do that shit because niggas be breaking into vending machines. You know how broke niggas be, especially in America. Nigga, you can't even have a vending machine out in America that ain't inside a building. But here they're every fucking where. Everywhere on the side of the road, everywhere in the train stations, everywhere. They're everywhere, bro. If you've been to Japan or you live in Japan, you know that there's vending machines everywhere, man. So all you thirsty ass niggas, they got something for you to drink, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying, man? Yeah. Now, another thing that a lot of people have problems with in America, especially California, and this is one of the things that is not only good about Japan, but I love about Japan, and that's the police don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the police fuck with people. As you can see in some of these videos that I done made, the police definitely do fuck with people. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't had any bad experiences with none of the police here. As long as you ain't fucking around, and you got to be really doing something for the police to be fucking with you here. They don't profile you. They don't get behind you and pull you over for no shit. Like, nah, bro. Like, Plus, they ain't got no reason to catch you speeding or nothing because the traffic here is so slow. But we'll get into that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? This is the good shit. But anyways, yeah, the police don't fuck with people for the most part that I've seen. Now, I have seen the police fuck with some people. You can go and check out some of them videos that I posted. Some of them are doing numbers. But yeah, I haven't had any bad experiences with the police. Let me knock on my hardwood floors, you know what I'm saying? But, and I haven't seen too many other people have no bad experiences with police. The ones that I have seen are Japanese people, you know what I mean? But anyways, what else, man? Oh, okay. Oops, look at me, man. I got too much drink in my cup. Anyways, man, so I got Japanese cable, you feel me? This is a cool little thing. I got Japanese cable, and the commercials here, even though I don't understand shit they're talking about, I can get the idea of what they're talking about because some of them are American products or you know, shit that we would use too. But some of these commercials are entertaining as fuck. One day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a video of just nothing but maybe 10 minutes of Japanese commercials because they play a lot of fucking commercials in between the shows. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are entertaining because they're different. They're very different. Some of them are funny. Some of them are corny as fuck. It's just different, man. Even for the ones that, like, you'll see American products being advertised in Japanese in Japan is like the way that they do their commercials are just kind of corny. Like in America, I hate watching commercials, but over here it's kind of entertaining. To be honest with you, the commercials are more entertaining than the actual shit that's on TV. We'll get into that in the bad. All right. And last but not least, man, is most people here are very nice and respectful, man. From my experience here, most people are very nice and respectful. Now, before we gonna get into some of the bad, but from my experience, I say about 90% of my experience here with people interacting with Japanese people is very respectful, very nice, and very positive, man. So salute to Japanese people for being like that. I think they're like that by nature. Japanese people are very quiet and somewhat timid, you know what I mean? So especially when it comes to foreigners and interaction, but for the most part, the interaction that I've had with Japanese people is very nice and very respectful and very positive, especially ones that work closer to where Americans work. You're going to get a lot more people that are, you know, Gaijin friendly, I should say. You know what I mean? So that's the good, man. That was about damn near 30 minutes of the good. Now, I hope that this next segment that I give y'all isn't, you know, 30 minutes worth of bad. I could have broke this up into 2 different videos, but no, I'm gonna give you the good and the bad. So make sure you watch the whole video. Now, the bad, all right, here we go. It's hella people here, my nigga, like, hella people here, my nigga, like, hella people here, my nigga, like. And like I said, Japan is a very homogenous country, meaning that there's mostly Japanese people here. But you have a lot of foreigners here due to the high military presence. But you have a lot of expats, which is a foreigner from all over who just lives here and works here from remote. Most of them are like IT people or people who teach languages or the military. You have other people that do other jobs, of course, but there's a lot of expats here, a lot of foreigners here, but not more than Japanese people. There's hella people here. And for you to get a great idea of what I mean by hella people, my nigga, the city of Tokyo, right? The city of Tokyo by itself, all right, let me say this slowly. The city of Tokyo by itself, just Tokyo, has more people, has the same amount of people as the whole state of California. Now, I know you watching this, if you made it this far in the video and you like, oh, hell no, nigga, no. Are you sure? Like, are you saying Japan has the same amount of people as California? No, my nigga, I'm saying the city of Tokyo by itself has the same exact amount or maybe a couple million more than the whole state of California combined. I'm talking everything from Redding to the Bay Area to Sacramento to Los Angeles my nigga. You know how many cities that shit is broken up into, to Fresno to San Diego to Anaheim, Orange County. Yeah, the city of Tokyo by itself has more people or the same amount, you can Google this shit, as California, the whole state combined. Now, if you're from America, you know California is probably the most populous state in the whole country. So imagine all the people in California rounded up and put in one city, and that's the city of Tokyo, man. So you can Google that. And with that, another bad, because we talking about the bad now, comes with personal space. They do not respect personal space here, especially on the train. They do not respect personal space here. They will be all up on you in line. They will be all up on you in the train. They will be all up on you like, motherfucker, if you don't back the fuck up. Like, everybody here, I'd say, you know, you're starting to see people who are not doing it, but everybody here wears masks. You feel me? Like, everybody here wears masks. Even though we've come about this COVID shit, I don't think Japan will ever go back to people not wearing masks. I wish I was here to see Japan before COVID, where you could see a lot of people's faces. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I bring that up because I'm like, man, if you're going to be all up on me to where I can feel you breathing, why are you even wearing a fucking mask? That defeats the whole purpose of wearing a fucking mask if I look back and you're already on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker like me or any other black folks watching this shit, you know, we do not like people up on us. Like, we need our personal space, like a whole arm length at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, back the fuck up, nigga, back the fuck up. You feel me? But people here do not respect personal space at all. And let's talk about etiquette, because Japanese people, if you ask Japanese people what they don't like about foreigners, they'll always bring up some shit that has to do with etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Talking on the phone too loud or being too loud. That's the number one thing. They hate when motherfuckers is loud. But if you a motherfucker like me from California or New York or Atlanta or somewhere like that, you gonna be loud. You feel me? Yeah, we just loud, especially if you black. Or you Polynesian and Filipinos, there's a lot of them motherfuckers here too. They loud as fuck. You feel me? So they always, when I watch videos about foreigners in Japan, all the Japanese people are always complaining about people being loud. But let me tell y'all something, Japanese people who are watching this, y'all need a lesson in etiquette as well, because like I said, they don't respect personal space. Let me tell you some shit that they do here that is considered normal that would very much offend people in America. The staring. They will have stare downs with you and just be staring at you like, bruh, what the fuck are you looking at? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, are you okay? Daijo? You feel me? Yeah, we'll get into that later with the phrases and shit in the next video. But I'm like, bruh, what the fuck are you looking at? I don't tell people that shit, of course, but I'm just giving them a look back like, bruh, like, do you know that is like meaning like you want a problem? And where I'm from, like, don't be staring at people too long, especially black folks, you feel me? So anyways, yeah, that staring shit. Another thing is slurping, bro. When you go into a restaurant and you like eating and shit, these people here be like and chewing with their mouth open all the fucking time. I'm like, bruh, like that shit is so rude in America. Like, you'll get stared at like they be staring at you here for doing that kind of shit in America. But that shit is like, so, I mean, I'm used to it now. I'm not going to tell nobody what to be doing in their country. I got a problem with the personal space thing, but I'm not going to tell nobody. That's why I don't get on niggas about staring at me, because I noticed that they just, like, Japanese people, they either going to look down and not stare at you at all, or they're going to be fucking staring at you like just on some weird shit. It gets awkward sometimes, especially on the train, right? But slurping is one thing that we just do not do in America. That shit is considered rude, but they love it here. That means like your food is good or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, another thing is, like, they don't like Americans and other foreigners being loud, but these motherfuckers laugh so loud, and some of their like tones of in conversation are hella loud. And I'll give you an example, right? They'll be like, hey, especially the young Japanese girls all the time. Like every fucking word, you just like, bruh, shut the fuck up, bruh. Like, yeah, you want to turn into Naruto and Super Saiyan, these motherfuckers. I don't know if I'm getting my anime right, but you know, I want to go Goku on these motherfuckers. You feel me? With that. It reminds me of Chun-Li from motherfucking fucking Street Fighter, which came from Japan also. That's that. You know, it's like that, right? Or in conversation, you know, like we'll get into this in the next video of Japanese phrases and words, you know, where they have certain sounds that might equate to a word or something that they want to say, but they just make a sound, right? And the most annoying one, right, is when people are in conversation, right? And they go, eh? Like hella loud though, like, bruh, it's been a few times I've been standing in line, right? And like I said, they don't respect personal space, so they be all up on you anyway, but they're having conversation, which is cool. Talk your shit in your country. I don't give a fuck. But when you start going, hella loud, like, bruh, like, get the fuck out my ear with that shit. You feel what I'm saying? If you in Japan or you're from Japan or you're Japanese, you know what I'm talking about. And that shit is very fucking annoying. You know what I'm saying? Especially the black people. You feel me? But hey, this your country. I'm just saying this is the bad. I gave y'all the good, so I got to give y'all the bad. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, we're going to get off of that. Now, like I talked about before, with the train system and everything, it's good. It'll take you everywhere. But traffic is bad as fuck, especially if you're in what they consider the countryside, which is anywhere outside of the major cities like Osaka, Kyoto, Yokohama, Tokyo, all that shit. You're, like I said, 80% of Japan is considered countryside. And you'll know too when you're out of the city, because some of these places look very ancient. But the thing is they only have 2-lane roads. And I'm talking, they driving big tractor trailers on these 2 small, narrow-ass lanes. I'm going to drive one day and I'm going to post a video of just driving every day in Japan, and you're going to see what I mean. Bro, it takes 30 minutes to get 3 miles around this motherfucker, bro. I'm not even bullshit with you. If you drive in Japan or you've been in Japan or you live in Japan, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? They have 2 lanes, like 1 lane going one way and 1 lane going another way. And there's lights every fucking block. So you're stopping, going. Like, oh my God, I feel like a fucking chicken head, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, my nigga. And then here's another thing, right? And y'all can relate to this too if you've made it this far in the video. Tolls, bruh. They got fucking tolls for everything, everywhere. They want some fucking monies. It's like motherfuckers in America where you drive up to the gas station and motherfuckers asking you for some money. Like, no, bitch, you're asking me at the wrong fucking place. You know what I'm saying? But tolls, it reminds me of fucking panhandlers, bro. The way that they want tolls, you know what I mean? And then you got these motherfuckers on bikes and mopeds, and they just pull right up to the side of your car. Like, bruh, it's already a 2-lane street, and you're pulling up on the side in any little inch of space, whether you be a bike or mostly mopeds, right? Like, bruh, get the fuck out the way and just wait at your fucking turn in line. That shit is so fucking annoying, I swear to God, bro. I be wanting to fuck people up. And you know what I'm saying? And then when you're walking down the street or something, and this is bad in Tokyo, these motherfuckers in Tokyo don't give a fuck. They'll hit you. Now, mind you, you're not supposed to be riding your fucking bike on the street, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure I learned that in traffic school when I got my Japanese license, that you're not supposed to be riding a bike on the street. But they do. But in Tokyo especially, oh, they'll act like it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? They'll run up on you like and hit you like you're the person in the wrong. Now, in the countryside, these people will be riding the bikes, but they act like they got the right of way, like they supposed to be on the street or on the sidewalk, you know what I mean? And they don't even, like, you could be walking down the street and they'll be right up on you, right behind you with the bike. They're not telling you, excuse me, or ringing a little bell or nothing. They just right up on you, waiting for you to move. You gotta be like, oh shit, bruh. Like, so many times I done had to do that, you know what I mean? So that shit is annoying, you know what I mean? Let's get into the weather. Now, being somebody who's from California, we got different weather. It's hot as fuck in the summertime. It's like a dry ass heat, you feel me? I lived in Hawaii the last 4 years before I moved to Japan, and I didn't have any seasons. It was just spring in the summer, and it was summer, or it was spring in the morning and summer by the afternoon after 12. So there's no seasons. There's no summer, spring, winter, fall around that bitch. It's just just summer basically in Hawaii, you know what I mean? So when I moved to Japan, I'm like, cool, it's gonna be some seasons. But let me tell you this, bro. I moved here 1 year ago today. That's why we doing this video. And this summer is gonna be hot as fuck. I was so hot because not only do you got a dry ass heat, but you got humidity on top of that shit. So, bruh, it's hot as fuck in Japan. Now, mind you, going to one of these cities like Shibuya or Tokyo or Roppongi or places like that, and there's just a million motherfuckers on you all the time. And now they've let foreigners come back to Japan, so it's way more motherfuckers over here this summer than it was last summer. I'm sure it's gonna be because the country is open again. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be hot. Now, when it's cold here, it's fucking cold here. You know what I'm saying? And that's leads me into another thing that I don't like is that when it's hot here in the summertime or it's cold here in the wintertime, they got air conditions and heaters. Well, my house does. I don't know about it. Everybody else's house, but my house got air conditioning and heater in every single room. But in the hallways, they don't make them. So you can be nice and warm or nice and cool in your room, but as soon as you step up out that bitch, hey man, you gonna get the opposite weather around that motherfucker in the hallway. So that's one thing that the technology needs to step up around here is air condition or heat in the hallway, man. You know, y'all got heated toilet seats here, but when you reach that hallway, yeah, it's cold as fuck or it's hot as fuck. It's one or the other, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's about it for the weather, you know what I mean? But you know, they got beautiful cherry blossoms here that grow for about 2 or 3 weeks here. So, you know, the weather gets nice in the springtime. Like the spring is very nice, you know what I mean? But they got rainy season in the summer too. It's gonna start raining here in a minute. You got typhoon season damn near. There's a lot of different weather here, man. Another thing is bad, and this is just personal. I just don't like a lot of the food here. I'm not a big ramen fan. Like when I moved to Japan, I'm like the total opposite of why the average person comes to Japan. The average person who comes to Japan, they're in love with anime, they're in love with sushi, they're in love with ramen, they're in love with all this other shit that I just don't give a fuck about. And that's no offense to nobody in Japan. I love Japan. I love this country. It's like, I love, there's a lot more, you know, it seems like there's a lot of bad things here, but to me, but this is just, there's nothing that I can say is just really bad here. You feel me? The good outweighs the bad in the long run. And you know, some of the good, the first 2 or 3 goods makes up for all the bads, you know, especially the safety aspect. But yeah, I just don't like a lot of the food. I'm not a sushi fan. I don't eat fish. Seafood is really big here. I'm not a ramen fan. They put too much weird shit in ramen. Just give me the noodles, man. Just that's what I want. Just the noodles. I don't want all this extra weird ass mystery meat and like little ass quail eggs and nah, I don't like oil all in my shit. A bunch of weird shit. Like, nah, man. Just give me some fried rice though. I'll tell you, this fried rice here is some of the best I had. Now, I forgot to mention about the food earlier, man. They have the best fried chicken I ever fucking had in my life at this place called Kariyama. And at this place where I get bentos, chicken bentos from. The chicken, I don't know what the fuck they fry this shit in, but it's the best chicken I've ever had in my life. My mama can cook some good chicken. I done been in the South eating chicken. I done ate all kind of chicken. But Japan has definitely the best fried chicken I ever had in my life. I will put Kariyama chicken wings up against a lot of other motherfuckers fried chicken wings, man, for sure. So I just had to add that because I'm not sure if I remembered to put that in the good. But for the most part, I don't like 90% of the traditional Japanese food here. Sorry, you know. They got good sweets and you know, I do go out to eat. If you scroll down, you'll see some of them STK Eats videos where I do like some shit that they have here. So yeah, scroll down and watch some of them videos, you know what I'm saying? Now, another thing here is the language barrier. If you're gonna live, I believe if you live in another country, you need to try to learn the language, you know what I'm saying? You are in their country. You should not expect people to be speaking English or speak the language of where you're from. You know what I'm saying? Now, Google Translate, hey, that shit is a savior. You feel me? That shit saved my life 100 times. But the language barrier is something that you have to get over too. I would consider that a bad thing because not everybody who comes to Japan speaks Japanese, and Japanese is one of the hardest languages to learn from what I've been told or you know, have seen online. But in the next video, stay tuned. I'm going to drop a video on all the words and phrases that I've learned in the full year that I've been here. And I've even writing these down, I was surprised myself. I'm proud of you, Sel. Let's take a drink for the king, man. I'm proud of you, man. You didn't learn enough to get around, man. But just like when I lived in Germany, I learned the language, you know what I'm saying? And as of right now, I got 2 more years from this date that I'm going to be here, but it can be up to 4. You know what I'm saying? So definitely in my first year, I had to learn the language, especially if I'm going to be out on the town moving around how I do. You dig what I'm saying, man? But yeah, and with that, I will say that watching TV, like I said earlier, the commercials are very entertaining, but they have some of the stupidest fucking shows I ever seen in my life on TV, bruh. Like, for instance, like, there's this one show where these 2 ladies go to different hotels and they're like trying to fool everybody like there's something fucking magic printing. Like, they got a lot of farming shows. They got, this is one of the most popular shows in Japan, where these motherfuckers just get on these scooters and they just drive all around Japan with the fucking watermelon helmet on. I forget what it's called, but yeah, if you from Japan, or you know, it comes on every Saturday at like 7 or 8. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. The commercials here are more entertaining than the shows. I'm going to just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now with the language barrier, you know, here goes another thing in case you niggas is coming out here trying to talk to chicks out here in the club or on the street or everything else. And I know Japanese people ain't gonna like this shit, especially you females. But if you're from Japan or you've been to Japan, you can relate or understand. I'd say about 90% of Japanese people, no, 80%, I'm gonna give you a little bit more credit than that, are boring as fuck. Like, I can tell just by how they dress, how they act, Japanese women are boring as fuck. Like, even when I see people, couples together, like the men too, I can tell that these niggas is hella lame. Like, I don't know how these people stay married here, probably because they just don't have nothing else. But I can tell a lot of these fucking marriages are just boring as fuck. I can tell a lot of these women are just fucking boring as fuck. Like, I can tell, like I've been around the world, bro. I done been to like 8 different countries. I done lived in hella states, different cities. And I can tell some boring motherfuckers to some lit motherfuckers. Now, 20% of the women here are probably lit as fuck. And you'll know them because they're hanging out where Americans or expats or black people hang out. Those ones, they lit. They be lit. Now, mind you, there be some boring ones mixed in. And you can always tell because them are the ones that's still wearing their fucking mask in the club. Like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you wearing a mask for in the club? Fuck out of here. I can tell you're a boring ass bitch. But I don't go to the club to look for bitches. I go to the club to have a good time. But when I'm on the train or I'm out in public or I'm at these different places, I can just tell 80% of these women are just fucking boring as fuck compared to like American standards. Like they're lame as fuck, boring as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? And another thing is like, you know, I used to have homies that I kick it with and go out with, and I hear them talking to girls, or we, you know, be talking and they be telling me about chicks and shit. But I can, like, those same 80% of women are not independent at all, bruh. You gonna meet chicks here, they don't have their own house. They don't have no car. It be some grown ass women here, 30s and late 20s, no car, no place of their own. They stay with their fucking mama or their fucking family, which is, I guess it might be an Asian thing or a Japanese thing, you know what I'm saying? But there's no independence here when it comes to the ones who want to be independent. They trying to get married to an American so they can get the fuck on up out of here and do something with their life. But most of the people here, it just reminds me like they just willing to work a dead-end ass job and die. You feel me? But I will say this. I'll give the women here this. You can meet some women here that are in their 30s, which is unlike America, you in 30s and probably up, who don't have any kids or might only want to have one kid that's damn near grown by now. And that's a positive for all the boring ass women here, because in America, bitches is having kids at like 15, 16, 17, and even younger sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? So that's it. But The ones who don't have no kids and they're hanging out where Americans hang out, they got hella bodies on them, my nigga. I'm gonna just let you know. Yeah, they might not have no kids, but they've been ran through, nigga. They got 100 bodies on them, especially if they hang out where the military niggas hang out, in the clubs in Roppongi, in the Haunch. Yeah, they got bodies on them, my nigga. But hey, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for the most part, I'd say about 80% of the women and men here and marriages here just look unhappy and boring as fuck. Like, yeah. All right. I'm gonna get off that subject because I don't want to offend nobody. But if you know, you know. And I don't know. I'm just a lit ass nigga, so I can just spot some boring ass shit when I see some. You feel me? Now, here goes another thing, man. Speaking about military, this is another bad thing. This is just like a personal thing I don't like. You feel me? Military people, if you watching this, you're not hard, my nigga. Like these military cats get over here, and I understand because I was once in the military and I was stationed somewhere outside of where people knew me. But one thing about me, my nigga, is I've always been me, and especially back then when I was in that community or lifestyle of being in the military, like I was that 1% that was just a rebel that was still on my shit. Not saying that there not people here that ain't like that, but for the most part, what I see of all these people that hang out in Roppongi and shit, you military niggas is not tough, my nigga. You niggas is not hard. If you was, you wouldn't be in the military. You'd be out of the military. So when I see these niggas, they always throwing up gang signs. They like, a place like Japan is like somewhere where lame ass niggas could come and be somebody who they always wanted to be because people don't know them. And Japan especially is a country where people are so lame here sometimes that they can pretend and act like they so lit. But bitch, I can see right through that shit. Like, nigga, I was in the streets when I was in the military. I've been in the streets after I was in the military for dumbass years. Nigga, I was really out there living that life. If you know, you know. You feel what I'm saying? But even in the military, my nigga, I wasn't trying to act like a super Crip. It was more about like where I was from. So you wasn't seeing me throwing up pictures of Crip and all this other shit. I was throwing up West Side, nigga, because in the military, back when I was in, at least in the Army, it was about where you was from mostly. You know what I mean? But like I said, it was, and even when I was in the military, it was only maybe like 3 real niggas out of all the niggas I ever met that was active duty. So, and I was one of them, you know what I mean? So it was probably 0.1%, not even 1% of the niggas that really be on that type of time. But here I just see so many niggas that just be faking the funk and acting like they so tough, like you gang banged out, nigga. I don't know what these niggas be drinking on in the weekends. I don't know what kind of drink they done went to the vending machine, because there's a lot of them, and bought. I don't know what kind of ramen soup they slurping on, but nigga, you are not tough, my nigga. Stop throwing up gang signs, nigga. You're in the military in Japan, a safe ass country, and you're in the military community, which is an even safer bubble. So stop that shit, bro. You niggas is not hard, bro. Like, I swear to God, that shit is so annoying, because these motherfuckers here don't, like, especially the females, don't even know. Like, these niggas will be some lame ass niggas in America, bro. Like, niggas will straight check their ass in America. Like, nigga, where you from throwing that shit up, nigga? Where you from wearing these rags like you really about that life? Nigga, you know you gotta go back on Monday, and if you get in trouble, you gotta go to Captain's Mass, nigga, or some shit like that. So stop acting tough, nigga. Just be yourself. Just be a part of the motherfucking military and the armed forces, and salute to everybody who ain't acting like that. But that's a lot of you niggas out here that's acting like that. And if you really was like that and about that life, it'd be a lot more fights, nigga. It'd be fights every fucking weekend, especially where so much alcohol is involved. These niggas be rocking fake ass chains, bruh. Like nigga, my shit is real. Like, nigga, my shit is real. I can tell when a nigga got some fake ass jewels on, my nigga. Like, these other people might be fooled, but niggas like me ain't fooled, bruh. Like, my nigga, I gotta take a drink to that. Like, I done been around so many different walks of life. Nigga, really been out there and active in these streets, my nigga. Like, really in penitentiary chances situations, my nigga. Like, you can scroll down and look at a couple of them videos if they still up. But these niggas out here be faking the funk, my nigga. Like, military niggas, like, let me just get off them niggas. If you know, you know. If you a military nigga and you acting like that, my nigga, you know deep down inside you ain't like that. So stop throwing up gang signs. You niggas remind me of Ja Morant, nigga. trying to be tough when you got it good, my nigga. Like, I hate them kind of niggas. Like, stop trying to be so fucking tough when you got it good in life, my nigga. Like, you're not about that life. If you are, then get the fuck out the military, nigga, and show us. You feel me? Like, that shit is fucking clown shit, bruh. But next to the next topic, man. Older people here, a lot of them are rude as fuck. And like, if you're from Japan, you know that, you know, a lot of older people here think they're very superior to everybody else, especially you young people here in Japan. And really, you know, like I said, the women here don't have a lot of kids. Hella older, you ain't gonna, a lot of them don't even have kids, never been married, you know, which is a good thing for somebody who's coming over here trying to find them a wife or something. But I say that because in the future, in the next decade or two, the younger generation is going to be having to take care of the older generation way more, because the older generation, some of these people ain't having kids, and it's going to bear the burden on the economy. You know what I'm saying? But thing about Japan here too is that most people, Japan has the largest lifespan, or the longest lifespan, I should say, of any country in the world. These people average age is like 80, 90 years old before they die. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of that comes because they taking care of themselves, and they don't have to deal with certain factors that we have to deal with in America or other major urban cities. And with that comes another bad thing of people like that being very closed-minded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen so many people who are closed-minded here. Like, it's crazy. Like, you know, if you know, you know, man. One of the most things that I do not like about Japan, and this is just a personal thing, is the fucking plane tickets to go back to California. Oh my God, I'm looking like one of them filters that you can put on Instagram. Like, oh my God, my nigga, like, nigga, it's like $2,000 round trip just to go back to California. And I went back last month, and I'm going back in July. So nigga, that's 4 bands right there in the span of 2.5 months that I've spent on just plane tickets. And I've been back to California a couple times now in this last year. And by the end of the year, I'm going back some more. I already calculated I'm about to spend about $8,000 on plane tickets alone in going just to California. Just plane tickets, just round trip plane tickets. That's not including places that I'm going to go outside to all these other countries. That's not including money that I'm going to spend as soon as I touch down. That's just a round trip, one person round trip ticket from Tokyo to California, my nigga, is $2,000. Google one right now. That shit is annoying, bruh. So y'all don't see me coming home so often in the next couple years. If I didn't have a young son in California, I wouldn't come back at all. I would be going to all these other different countries that I just named off earlier. You feel me? And with that being said, man, the last thing that I would consider bad is there's no fucking weed to deal with all these bad things that I've talked about. You know what I'm saying? There's no weed here. Now, there's weed here, I'm sure, and I've heard it's trash. I haven't found none. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna do a mission to where I go and try to find some weed in Japan, because when you bring up weed here, people think like you're talking about atomic bomb, my nigga. They want people to be alcoholics here in Japan. Drinking is like the #1 pastime here in Japan. They want everybody on some alcohol being alcoholics like a motherfucker. So there's no weed here to deal with all this shit that I just talked about being considered bad, bruh. Like, and if you know me, you know I like to blow on shadow. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my old YouTube videos, I was blowing every day while telling some of these stories. Now I got to sip on my cup. Now instead of a blunt, I got a red cup, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's the #1 thing that's bad to me, is I can't have no tree. If I could have some California weed here in Japan, I would never leave Japan. That's just how much I like it. That's just how much the good outweighs the bad. You feel me? So anyways, that wraps it up for the good and the bad, man. I didn't want to make an hour-long video, but let me get to a few things that I do notice, just not good or not bad, just off topic, right? One thing about Japan is people have to make it known that they're 100% Japanese. Like that shit boggles my mind. Like, who gives a fuck? You feel what I'm saying? Like I've never been in the world, anywhere in the world, where somebody has to let you know they're 100% of what they are. Like, I've never been in America where niggas be like, yeah, I'm 100% black, or I'm 100% Mexican, and just want you to know. Like, I don't understand where that comes from. Maybe somebody in these comments can enlighten me on where that comes from, but like 100% Japanese is like a big fucking thing here. Like, no, I'm 100% Japanese. Like, especially the bitches want you to know I'm 100% Japanese. Like, something like, who gives a fuck? You feel me? Like, I'm just letting y'all know, Japanese people, whoever's watching this now or later, nobody gives a fuck if you're 100% Japanese, okay? Like, nobody cares outside of Japan. Nobody cares about that shit, all right? Okay, cool. Another thing I've noticed is that Japan is a very uniformed country. Everybody's got on a fucking uniform, whether it's school uniform, work uniform, or Japanese men, they dress in nothing but business suits all day, bro. Like, all day, all night. All day, all night. Like the suit business here, I might as well get me a bar or a suit business, because people love to drink here and people love to dress up in suits. Now, with that comes the way that these Japanese people are overworked and underpaid, bro. I be seeing people looking miserable as fuck on the train, like 11. I'm on my way to the club. I be seeing people at like 11:30 at night, just now getting off of work, like they just slaved the whole day. And they don't got nothing called overtime here. So most person work 8 hours. These motherfuckers is working 12 to 14 hours and not getting paid anything extra after 8 other than their salary. They call them salary workers, you know what I'm saying? So they're very overworked and underpaid in Japan, which leads me to the next thing that I notice is that the suicide rate in Japan is very high. If you Google it, the suicide rate in Japan is one of the highest in the world, my nigga. Like, Google that shit. They got something called the suicide forest here. You know what I mean? And that probably has something to do with the small ass apartments that they have here too. Now, especially in Tokyo, like me, I got a big ass house. I ain't even gonna lie. I got like a mansion. I got a 4-bedroom upstairs, downstairs mansion. Like, if you go on my page and you scroll a little bit of the videos, I gave y'all a tour of, before I even moved in, I went and did a tour. It's on my page. So you can see how big my fucking house is. Honestly, sometimes I feel bad because I got too much room than I need. But hey, I'm gonna take it. You feel me? I've earned this shit. Now, everybody on my block right here in this little cul-de-sac got a big ass house too. But they got like 5-6 people, families. I'm just me. So I know they be looking at me like, this motherfucker here, what the fuck does he need all that room for? But if you go to Tokyo, you're not gonna find too many houses. You gotta be a rich motherfucker to have a house in Tokyo. Everybody stacked all on top of each other, bro. It's concrete city. I've never seen a place that has so many apartment buildings, bro. Every shape and you can imagine is apartment buildings, bro. Like, more than, imagine Manhattan or somewhere in New York times 100. Because like I said, Tokyo has more people in just that one little city, or big city, I should say, than California all combined, my nigga. So you can only imagine how stressed out motherfuckers be when they're in a uniform all day, overworked and underpaid, and having to come back home and be in a small ass apartment. And that's if you got your own apartment, because like I said, most of the women here are not independent. They don't even have their own place. So imagine you coming home and having to share rooms with everybody else in the family. Shit, motherfucker might want to fucking commit suicide too, man. You know what I mean? That's not nothing to laugh about, but it's true. It happens. And those are some of the contributing factors, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, and a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me, but the tourist attractions here, like I said, I've been to 90% of the places that I wanted to be here. I've probably been to every tourist attraction in Tokyo, and they're overrated, my nigga. Like, their tourist attractions here are overrated, bro. Take your word for it. I've been to Universal Studio in Osaka. I've been to Tokyo Tower. I've been out over there by Tokyo Skytree. I've been to Asakusa. I've been to the Kamakura Buddha. I've been to the Buddha way up north. Like, I've been to a lot of places here, man. And all the tourist attractions, I've been to Enoshima. I've been to a lot of these shrines, and they're mostly overrated, bro. Like, you get on YouTube and you look up some of these places, they're gonna look glamorous as fuck because these people, you know, got ways of editing all these videos. You know, I want to take Jake, man. I'm not a nigga. I'm not a YouTube nigga. I'm just a nigga on YouTube giving this shit to you. You feel me? So hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know, help the channel grow. But anyways, man, the tourist attractions here are way overrated, bro. So just know that if you coming to Japan and you watching a bunch of videos on some of these tourist attractions, they dress that shit up, because I've been to some of these places and they're very small and they're very overrated, and a lot of them charge you a lot of money. And like I said, Japan is full of motherfuckers, so there's gonna be a lot of people crowded in there. You know what I'm saying? Now, what else? Okay, here goes another thing, right? Let me just get into it. These are things that, like I said, we've already did the good, the bad. These are just other little tidbits that I just noticed here. Foreigners, stop overdoing the fucking language, man. Stop overdoing the language. Like, I see people here, it reminds me of people in Hawaii too, where they come, they try to talk with the accent. Like, bro, just be yourself. You sound stupid to people who are really fucking from there, and they can tell when you're not from there and trying to sound like them. Same thing here. I see people so much trying to overdo the language, bro. Like, oh, that shit is cringy. I don't even like speaking Japanese sometimes to people because I don't want to sound as cringy as I hear these motherfuckers, especially you white people. You feel me? It's mostly y'all. But anyways, we're gonna do another video here in a few. So make sure you follow up to this video. I appreciate everybody who has watched this whole hour-long video. It's probably my longest video ever. But I had to give y'all my 1 year recap, man, of all the good, the bad, and just other things that I noticed. And last but not least, man, foreigners, especially you white people. I'm talking from all different countries: England, Australia, mostly Australia. America, mostly America. Stop wearing kimonos, bruh. Like, that shit is so annoying to see people who are not Japanese over here wearing kimonos, especially to the club. Like, to me, that's like the most disrespectful fucking thing you can do. Like, and mind you, people are going to come over here. They're going to try to immerse themselves in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's go dress up as some animes. Oh, let's go eat ramen. But when I see foreigners in kimonos, that shit is just cringy as fuck. Like, oh my God. Like, let these Japanese people have something for themselves, bruh. Please stop wearing fucking kimonos. You niggas look stupid as fuck. Especially if you're in the club and bars and shit with kimonos on. That shit is disrespectful as fuck. Like, that's it, man. That's the end of the video, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Make sure you drop a comment on some things that you agree with, that you disagree with. Hit that like button, hit that dislike button. Man, let me know some shit that I should go see if I haven't mentioned it. Man, give me some tips on how I can make my next year in Japan a little bit better than the first year, man, because I'm going up, man. Y'all can come with me, man, if you hit that subscribe button below. I'm almost back at like 100 subscribers. I was at thousands of subscribers on my old page. But yeah, ring them back in, man. Hey, it took me like 3 years to build up that last page with thousands of subscribers. So I'm not tripping about having to start over again, man. And there's videos like this, informal videos, just to let y'all know what to expect if you're coming from Japan or coming to Japan or staying in Japan. Hey, this is just my perspective as a person who's been here for 1 year. So rock with your boy, man. Come on back to the channel anytime. I'm going to be posting more stuff. And next video, is going to be the words and phrases that I've learned in my first year in Japan. So stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and you can help the channel grow. Arigato.